Yes. Sanjay. It's beautiful. This beautiful time of the evening. I sit relaxed. Slowing down all the senses of the body. There's no rush. Nowhere to go. So in this moment, I'm calm and relaxed. Stepping back from all the roles and responsibilities, all the tasks, and to-do list. I step into my calm inner space. As I slow down, I can see myself clearly. I am a gentle being of silence and peace. Letting go of all the stresses of life. And in this relaxed state of mind, I ask myself, what is holding me back? What is holding me back to experience the peace every moment? What is holding me back to have this relaxed state of mind? What is holding me? Let me identify and allow it to let go. Break free that cage and fly into unlimited space. A space where I'm free. Let go. Let go of all the old patterns and beliefs. Let me be a free flying bird. With no chains of any bondage. Feel it. I am free. I am free. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your presence this evening. Thank you for making time to come in person. It definitely makes a difference having you in person. So thank you for making that effort to being with us this evening. And I have Sanjay here, Brother Sanjay, and he'll be joining for this evening's conversation on breaking free, what holds you back. That's our topic for the evening. So I know Sanjay for last 20 years, and we worked on some of the programs and projects together. And so he traveled from Washington. And so I said, okay, Sanjay, why don't you join? Let's have this session together and, share our thoughts together. And he's like, yes, we'll do it. So let me actually start with you, Sanjay. Where do you get time to do your guitar? Yeah. So also those are online also. Om Shanti, everyone. Yeah.
Om Shanti, thank you for having me. This is my hometown, Detroit. I grew up just a few miles down the street, so it's very nice to come back and see this space here available to the community, and my old friend, Sister Madhvi here. We met in New York, and we are now in Detroit together. We're in Farmington Hills. To find time for music, I guess it's something that I've always loved to do. It's that passion or that interest inside. I mean, everyone has a hobby or some desires, and I've approached music in a very interesting way. Like, I play a lot of instruments. Guitar is just one, and I like to mess around a little bit with a variety of different things. Keeps me on my toes. My mom is sitting in the audience. She knows I've been playing viola the last 3 years. So sometimes it's just picking up new skills, and some of it also inspiration comes through meditation. Mm-hmm. I was actually sitting in a meditation a few years ago, and I literally just felt a very strong pull to pick up this instrument, a viola, which is like a bigger violin. And I just bought it on Facebook Marketplace that same year, maybe a few months later. And then it just sat underneath my couch for a long time until I had the time and the interest to start playing. But yeah, I think for music in particular, as you kind of graduate out of high school, you don't have the same playing opportunities. Like a lot of same thing with sports or other kinds of leagues. So it's like, how do you connect with other people around something that you really love and enjoy doing? So breaking free, I was thinking about this a little bit earlier today, that breaking free is sort of actually embedding yourself into a community in some ways. I don't know how that works exactly. Does that make sense to you? Like,
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Sanjay. I got in touch with the Brahma Kumaris and started to meditate when I was 14. So I was still going to school. And I mean, very clearly, I remember that before, meditating, I was a little shy. And, of course, you have friends, but it was very limited, and limited interactions and all of that. I don't know, when I started to meditate, I think it naturally, kicked the creativity inside. The creativity started to come out, and the way I started to see things at that age was very different. And I think I felt at one point like, everyone in my school and college were my friends. There was no like, there is nothing like these are my friends and these are not my friends. It was never like that. It was like, mingling with everyone, saying hi, hello, but of course, knowing my limitations at the same time. And I think before meditation, I was going to some dance classes and all, but I was never interested. But somehow after, I just loved the music. I loved, to dance. And then I think in many ways, like participating in debate competitions, in handwriting competitions, in various things, and just having fun with this creativity. Not like, somebody before, like my dad would say, okay, participate in this. I'm like, okay. But then just as I was meditating, it was a very natural way of opening up, as you said, breaking free, from the things that you think I cannot do, limitations, I'm only this much. But then something actually clicks inside. It touches your true potential, you as a soul. And so that's what happened, at school. And I was also very comfortable even with my school teacher. Yeah. Anything that you feel that holds you back, Sanjay? I mean, you work, you're an IT professional, and you have this all beautiful interest in music and all of those things. So, in your journey, anything you feel that holds you back?
Yeah, kind of a deeper answer, and then a practical answer. So I think a lot of it of what holds me back and what holds people back is kind of their thinking and the energy that they bring to situations or people. So what do I mean by that? It's some of it is the limitations and thinking like I can't do this. But another thing is like this came up several times in the last few weeks in these classes we take. It's kind of like wasteful thinking. When you overthink on something, or when you're thinking extraneous thoughts that they don't lead to an end, I feel like that really holds me back. And over the years, I've gotten a lot better at that. I just sort of don't think as many thoughts. Like, is there a need to think this many thoughts? Because it's actually kind of tiring. And if you look at like young children, or even certain people, if you just kind of watch how they're very present, they're not. I think they're kind of taking things in, and their thoughts are not moving so rapidly. Today, because we have devices and we have social, there's a lot of thought. I mean, there's so many screens around us. There's a lot of stimulus around us. So I think some people already have this habit of they turn off their phones, and they connect with others, or they are in meditation or in silence, their own practice, whatever. So I think there's kind of like two answers to that for me. Is one is, kind of the energy. Am I bringing like a positive energy to what I'm doing, like a can-do attitude, to give myself space and time to do whatever it is that I'm doing? It could be work, or it could be music, or it could be meditation. The other thing practically, right, testing us. Sorry, I think it went down. Yeah. Sorry, the other mic went down again. But the other thing I do is really just to sort of like limit my time on these other kind of platforms that I think they can, you could spend like an hour or two every day doing stuff. And it's fine I think it's fine to connect with friends. But for me personally, I try to just be very sort of thoughtful about where I spend my time. So one thing you said that caught my attention before is, breaking free from something. And one way of looking at that is something that's holding you back, right? Another thing is about goals and striving to something. So, do you have any examples of that little voice in your head that's telling you something? It could be you should pick up an instrument or you should do this or that. What is that? And it's telling us to do something different, but what's at play there? What is that voice?
So, when these things come up in our mind, showing us a different direction or, something to pick up. Practically speaking, that one is of interest, right? That maybe you should be doing this or this. One is that you're also looking for a change in life as well. But very practically, looking back, some of the scenarios I had in my life is that what I profoundly learned that the change will only happen when I actually let go and detach from something that I'm holding on. We want change or we want certain things to happen in our life, but we are holding back and we want this, Subtly, yes, we want to, move out of that comfort zone and we want that change, but yet somewhere we are pulled into that comfort zone back. And sometimes we feel like, I want this, I want that, but that doesn't happen. Unless if I really want a change genuinely in my life, I have to let go of what I'm holding on to. Either it could be anything, that I think this is mine. This is mine. And I need this, but I want the change, but yet I don't want to let go. Oh, how about this? How is this going to happen? How this can be managed? We have those kind of thoughts behind. Like, will I be able to do it? Or maybe I don't want to let go this, then change will never happen. The moment I set my mind free and detach, I'm ready for this change. I'm ready for this. And I really let go of this, whatever it is. It could be an old pattern of behavior and old kind of mannerism or thinking pattern or something I'm holding on to, anything. It could be a relationship or anything. But yet I'm seeing I want something else change. So being in this meditation practice, but this is a journey, I feel, again, nothing happens overnight. Being in this practice of Raj Yoga meditation for such a long time, every time it's a moment of realization. Every time you're growing, every time you're realizing, every time you're understanding something, this is not necessary for me. So if I want to let go of one branch and hold another branch, or if I want to add, even there's something that which I'm carrying already, I have to let go or detach from that and be easy. Only then I'm able to, in a subtle way, allow that energy to come into my life, to make a difference. It's just like how, when you actually swing or you do this gymnastics, then you have to let go of one. You have to, know how to hold on to the, and also it's not that when your phone slows down sometimes, it's not that you have to let go that phone and you have to get another phone. Sometimes you have to let go of the apps which are sitting in that unnecessarily, which are occupying the space and whatever it is. And so sometimes we have to let go of those apps unnecessarily which are sitting inside our mind, in our life. They're no longer needed. We may think it's not needed, but this is my experience. Like, you have to detach from something to make space for a new change to begin. So, yeah. What are your other thoughts, Sanjay?
Well, I had another question for you. My question was, so you've practiced being a soul a lot, right? So what is that experience about, and how does that help with this idea of detachment and breaking away? Why is that important to be soul conscious or to have a practice? Or is it, can you just break away in other ways? Can you kind of break that down, like the spiritual sense of breaking away from something versus other ways of breaking away, like through physical distance or through buying stuff, right? That can be like introducing new energy in your life too. So what's the difference?
I've learned that when you are, I think it was one of the a Harvard happiness study, it's called. And what they have done is the study, until and unless you don't give some time for yourself, you don't know how to give time for others. Or if you're not connected and having a relationship, that's the word they use, relationship. If you do not have a relationship with your own self, you don't know how to actually have a relationship with others. You don't know how to create an influence of what you have. So soul consciousness becomes a very, very actually, a very profound and basic practice for all of us, because soul consciousness is not a concept. It's me, I, the soul. It's my reality. And so having this practice of I being a soul, again, it's not something like a mantra or something like, something I'm programming in my mind, like a monotonous thing. It's I, the soul. It's a very practical experience, right? Right now, we all are sitting here. We are seeing each other, right? We are in our bodies, but there is an energy that's connecting all of us together, right? So beyond these bodies, I learned that I'm actually a soul, a being of light, who is listening, who is seeing, who is playing my part, who is connecting with each other, right? So it's an energy that's actually flowing in between all of us. So it's a very profound thing. Again, as I said, it's not a monotonous thing. Okay, I'll sit and say, I'm a soul, I'm soul. But over the period of time, as I've been practicing, it's becoming more and more natural. So if I'm talking to you, Sanjay, right now, it's not just, okay, we are having a conversation, but it's an energy, because it's two energies sitting here. It's a soul. So how I talk and how we are thinking right now, everything actually is based on the consciousness that I hold. So the way I slow down and give that time to myself, initially we'll have to give that time because we are not used to seeing ourselves as a soul. No, where do we see, even after so many years of practice, you go back to keep going back to body consciousness, because this is so like you can see and touch and so physical. But to go to my own self as a subtle being, it's a practice. And for that, I think I need to slow down. I have to give those moments of meditation to make it alive when I'm in conversation with someone, when I'm doing any task, so that we are not becoming too much of action oriented. So just keep coming back to the soul consciousness. It's a very profound thing, because you're grounded with your own self. And if I'm not grounded with my own self, anybody can push me, anybody can deceive me, anybody can throw me out, anybody can say anything, and I will take it to my heart. I don't know myself. I'm always trying to be in somebody else's shoes. I'm trying to pretend to be somebody else. Raj Yoga meditation really brings us back to our own self as a soul. You are this. Identify yourself. Be very comfortable in your skin. You are this. Respect yourself. And nobody can shake you. Really, nobody can shake. And all these thinking patterns that we have of this, that, everything will start to fade. And it's a process. It's a journey. And it's enjoyable. And in that soul consciousness also, it completely changes the way you look at others. You're able to understand them much better. You're able to slow down and hear their heart as well. Where are they coming from? So, yeah, these are some of the practices.
I have a question for the audience. I have two, actually, maybe more. So who has moved like a house or state lines or something, countries? Has anybody done that? I've done that. Yeah. On visa. I've just recently arrived in Michigan. What is that feeling like? I mean, you're welcome to tell everyone, but just, if you wanted to think about that experience, let's say, take yourself back to a few years ago or whenever that was, when you changed countries, when you moved across state lines, or you just got an apartment even. What does that kind of feeling leave you with? And how do you build up to that moment? I mean, moving is not easy, right? Everyone's sort of moved. It's a lot of work. Oh, we have someone.
Almost 70 years ago, I came to this country. I was very young, naive, but uneducated. But to make a long story short, this country made me who I am. And 40 years ago, I stepped into the path called Raj Yoga meditation. I've been meeting the most beautiful people you can think of. One of them is sitting right here.
But that's a big move at a very young age too.
Yeah, it was
different culture.
Kind of challenged because lack of language. I did not know anything about the culture to begin with. But I had a wonderful husband. He made sure that I became self-sustained. He said, you need to stand on your feet. And I resented that fact all the time until I realized when he died suddenly, what he was telling me is to make myself confident, which I did.
The other question I wanted to put out to the audience and to folks on Zoom is breaking away from relationships. That's a big one, right? So we all have people in our lives. It could be a friend or a teacher. It could be a family member. And you kind of have to think, okay, is this person serving me anymore? And what does it mean to break away from a person who might be kind of toxic in your life? Or what happens on the flip side when someone breaks away from you and you're just like, okay, well, I didn't know that was happening. But can you talk a little bit about relationships and what that karma is when you get into close contact with someone and it just doesn't feel right, and they kind of take the first step to move away, or you do? What is that all about?
I think it's okay. No, it's okay because um, if you feel somebody in your life is not serving and the purpose, or but again, I feel like why somebody has to serve my purpose. You know, it's my individual journey. And again, how I connect to myself, I'm able to connect to that person. But of course, there are instances where, it's not working out. And I really feel it's okay to give space. It's okay to give space because when we give space practically, you're allowing in that space to heal from the emotions that you have created in that relationship. You're giving space even to that person to slow down, to look at actually what's going on, what I've done, or what can I do better. So that space is very important, I feel. And in that space, a lot of healing takes place, and sometimes things get reversed, meaning you're okay now. Maybe you're not totally inviting, but it's okay. You're not having ill feelings. They're toxic, but you know where to draw the line. At the same time, um, having those good wishes and pure feelings, I think that is also very important, because if I feel somebody is toxic and then I completely detach from them and I close my door to them, actually the suffering is more for me than them. The suffering is because I have put myself in the cage of these emotions very tight, and and I don't want to let go those. They did like this, but it's not serving me in any way. It's not serving me. It's more harmful to me than them. So it's good that we give some space, heal in that space, meditate, give yourself that time, have realizations. But at the same time, it's very, very important to settle that karma, having good wishes and pure feelings, and not to carry forward. Not to carry forward. It's okay. Whatever they are, they are. I cannot enter their brain and soul and change anything. That's the reality. But I should learn how to have that protective energy, but at the same time have good wishes and pure feelings. Very, very important for my own peace of mind. So that settlement for me is important, and not carry anything further. It's okay. They're playing their part. It's okay. And because of that space, okay, they're not in your life directly right now, but it's okay. And that's breaking free for myself. It's my protection in one way, but at the same time, I'm not carrying anything. I don't want to carry anything about anyone. What about you, Sanjay?
Yeah, I do have a headset now. I think in general, I'm pretty amiable, I think. So I get on with a lot of different kinds of people, but I'll just be totally transparent. I had a friend who needed to take a break from me, which is where this question came from. And I was a little bit surprised. But then I also realized that this person was going through a lot. There was some housing transition stuff. There was some finance stuff. And I thought, okay, this is probably not me. I'm not sure I can be there for that person in the way the person wants. But having, sort of that positive attitude towards the person, both in my mind and also how I spoke to them. Some people can really be kind of mean on text. I don't know if you've seen that before, but it's the all caps thing. Just like, okay, like who does that, right? But apparently some people do. They write in all caps, right? and that really threw me back. So, but I think on one hand, you're like, okay, well, I'm there. You know, if you want to reach out, kind of on respectful terms, and we can engage in a dialogue, and this isn't going to devolve into a you said this thing, right? And that, you know, it's like it's fine to kind of talk towards productive ends and to acknowledge people and use the I felt this way when this happened, right? To kind of put yourself in the first person and articulate your emotions. I think that's very healthy. But I think in some ways, with some very close friends or family members, it's also okay to kind of step back from the relationship and to just get that distance, like you said, and figure out, okay, well, where do I want to take this relationship when it restarts? From what I've seen with a lot of my friends, is that they will kind of engage in very productive discourse. And I think that helps them build long-term relationships. Maybe it's a function of aging, right? When you get older, you just kind of understand how to talk to people better than you did when you were like 18 or 20, when you had like a little vocabulary and you just didn't like, especially with like young men or boys, it's like very hard for them to tap into how they feel. And then talking about that, especially even to other men, is like kind of not a very common thing, at least in many circles. But I do appreciate that. You know, I've learned a lot from some friends that are very good at communicating, is just to you know, have an open, honest dialogue, and when things aren't working, to acknowledge that as well.
I mean, I agree with that. And if somebody, you know, wants distance from you, again, you know, this is where again soul consciousness helps. Be grounded that, you know, you're respecting their space as well and not chasing them, and giving that space, and just live and let live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, if they want it, it's fine. Because, and I think it all again comes back to how I hold, what sort of vibe and thought I hold towards that person, that how they will turn back, and, you know, they'll come or not come, or even it's not that directly in your life, but at least, you know, from there. And also, like, they're okay to communicate with you, they're okay to, you know, sit and have a conversation with you. But it again comes back to me what I'm holding towards that person, because vibrations are very subtle. I may say I don't have anything towards you, but the other person is feeling it.
What do you mean by vibrations? What does that mean?
Vibrations, it's like, you know, I may be saying something, but I'm thinking about you something else. You know, I'm saying something.
Who's felt that
so
when
nice.
you're talking to someone? I'm just asking people out there. Have you felt that? Or what does that feel like? Well, I mean, can you give us an example?
Yeah.
Other person, you know, it's hard to find.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're saying it's even worse than them even telling you straight up what they're feeling. Yeah.
Sometimes the other person doesn't even feel your energy, because it's just how life goes. I'm just trying to understand it, you know, that's what I'm hearing. But yeah, it's the worst feeling ever.
So, Sister Madhvi, what's your name? Yvonne. Nice to meet you, Yvonne. So Yvonne is saying she can feel these vibrations. So what is that? How is it possible that we can feel what other people are feeling?
It's very obvious. And, you know, these days, it's energy and vibrations are everywhere. Actually, we can't see them with these eyes, but we are just polluted. I mean, you know, everywhere there is this energy and vibe, everywhere right now, even here. Well, you know, it all depends on what we are thinking and what we are releasing into the atmosphere. So, so in a home, like, we are together or whatever our thinking is, the home vibration is that. Everywhere there is this vibe, and sometimes it can become very obvious that you can experience it. That's why when you come to a place like this, you feel suddenly peaceful. You want to just relax, you want to sit. Your thoughts are automatically slowing down because the energy is very different here. All we are doing is meditation. Some nice conversations are going on. Something good is happening. And so we go to a place where we can sometimes feel very uncomfortable. This is not for me. I want to leave this place. And so the vibrations, the energy are everywhere. I think last time, I was sharing with you this, I don't know when I was sharing, but I was sharing about during COVID times. One of the city, they have this beautiful bridge, and there's a lake, water flowing there, and there was a time when a lot of swans used to be there, and then after a while, all the swans disappeared one after the other, and during COVID time, these swans started to come back. And it was in the news actually about it. And so it shows, I was actually, when I heard that, I thought, look what kind of vibrations we all release into the atmosphere. If you know Hindi, there are two words, dua and dhua. Dhua means like you're releasing smoke. When you're having negative thoughts, when you are having waste thoughts, then you're like polluting the air with your smoke. You can't see that smoke. That smoke is everywhere, right? But when you have positive thoughts, you slow down, you meditate, and then you are actually releasing dua. Dua means like blessing. So every moment, what are we releasing? So what are we releasing for each other? And vibrations are, everyone can feel it. It's no more hidden. It's more obvious it becomes than words. And thinking vibrations are very powerful. So yes, in relationships, like when we may say like, yes, I have love, and it's all okay. But if I'm not okay here, if I'm not settled here, it's not going to help that person to come back or to have that smooth, flow of being together. Because somewhere that's the block. It's holding back. Something is holding back inside me. I may be pretending to be nice, but something inside me, I have to release it. Only when I release that, it's going to patch. It's going to work well from their end, our end. But superficially, it's not going to work because it's all to do with what energy and why we hold and we release.
Yeah, I thought there are two things that come to mind. One is breaking away, to what end? And the other part of it is, I think, this idea that breaking away seems like there could be a lot of friction involved. But what you just described around vibrations, and I think that little voice in your head, I'll just group it into like your intuition, your higher self, however you might project that. I think if we listen to that, and even if you meet someone, I learned this from a friend about 15 years ago. This person was a connector of really amazing people. Fortunately, he left for France, but I still kept this lesson from him. He said, "Oh, when I meet people, I just pick up on their vibration. I pick up on what they like and who they like, and then I bring those people together and I just try to create happiness." So when he said that to me, I was like, that is pretty amazing. I mean, like, I've never heard that before, and it's like such a good life skill as an adult, right? Because people nowadays, we don't, our friendship networks, just on average in America, they are contracting and loneliness is increasing. So I thought that this was also a difficult problem. How do you meet people? How do you kind of break away from, it could be friendship groups or just situations that you're not really valuing anymore. how do you do that? And for me, I think a lot of it is just going out, right, to places like this, meeting people that it's like you immediately, it's like, oh, that energy feels good. Like I like this meditation center, or I like playing golf, right? Like those are the things, dancing, right? When you see some people dancing and it's like, oh, that's something I want to do more of. If you have that thought, I think that's the key. It's like telling us there, but a lot of times we don't listen to that thought. So breaking away can actually, if you kind of, if that um, inner voice becomes muted, or you don't listen to it enough, you don't act on it, then I think breaking away becomes harder over time. But the and maybe it's an experiment to try when you leave today or tomorrow. Hopefully that inner voice tells you really good things, you know, productive things, happy things, and go out and actually do them. You know, try to act on it as soon as it comes into your mind, if you can, right, to some degree. But then the first question I was asking about is breaking away for what purpose? And it's in the flyer to this talk. You had some nice um, sayings and slogans there, but could you unpack that a little bit? Like, what does breaking away do for you? Like, what's the end goal or the?
I would actually share a story, a cute story that once the elephant was huge and it was tied to a small rope. And so a man observed that and he asked the master who was taking care of the elephant. So he asked, what is this? The elephant is so big and you tied the elephant to such a small rope. I mean, the elephant can, break free and the elephant can go away, right? So the man said, no, the elephant will not do that. He said, why? He said, since the elephant has been a baby elephant, the same rope has been tied. So when the elephant was a baby, it could not actually free itself from that rope. So now it's big. It still thinks it's the same rope that I cannot break free. And so that pattern, is there. And so it's not even trying because it thinks that, it's the same rope, I can't break it. So I think we all actually hold on to many past belief systems that as we grow up, what society teaches or what our family members and how we have actually, through our perceptions and all that, how we have grown, we carry those belief systems and, in spiritual terms, you call it becomes like sanskars, deep habits inside. And we know it's like somewhere I have forgotten that I can actually break through. I can break free all of this and I can move on. I can go into an ascending stage. I can, get out of this cage of things that we have built inside. And first of all, yes, I can do that. Maybe at one point I could not. But we all have that potential and strength that we can break free from many things that actually we are caged. Sometimes we blame others because of others, I'm like this, because of others. How long we are going to do that? How long? Right. It's my cage. I built the cage. I built it. No matter what others did or not, they did or not, but I have built that cage and I have the power and capacity to break it as well. And through regular practice of meditation. And also one other beautiful thing is connecting to God, the source, who is always there for us. And he's helping us. He's always showing you, look, this is there in you inside still. This is there, and he's always looking at us, in our complete form, in our perfect form. Child, you have this in you. You can do this. Because God is not someone who's just sitting there and saying, okay, remember me, I'll give you powers. No, he's our parent. Just like a mother and father, they take care of the child. They are concerned, they're there for the children. In the same way, God, the source, we have to bring him into that relationship. And that relationship is already existing. It's there. But I have to actually give that time, that, feeling, and address that. And, it's important, no, both the ways. The child also has to give time to parents. The parent also has to give. It's both ways. And so God is there very, very close to us as our friend, as our parent, as everyone who, who's there to nurture us at every moment. And parent will not always see like you are down there. But as parent, God is always looking at us up here. You can do it. And so it's for our good. All these kinds of pattern way of, anger and frustrations and, or, certain jealousies, whatever we are holding on to, it's for our good. We have to release it. We have to release. How long we are going to carry them? How long? It's time to release, and it's in my hands. Nobody can do it for me. Nobody. It's my practice. It's my slowing down. It's my looking inwards. It's my journey that I need to release. And I can't say I'll release after 60. No. You never know if you're going to be there after 60 or no, until 60, right? I can't say I'll do it, when I become ill. No, it's now. It's my journey, and it's my peace of mind. It's my good life that I need to release, and I need to take help from God, because he's there. He's there to help me and to show me, the spots that I can release. So, and there are so many ways I can do it. And just being in such a community, learning these, we all know these things, but just coming together and, having some time for these kind of conversations always give us a realization, hey, even me right now speaking, I need to still, I have to do it. It's not just saying it. I have to do these things, and I want to do it. And so I think, that's what I would say, Sanjay. Your
Thank you.
thoughts. Yeah.
So I think on a practical level, if you want to meditate with the divine, with the supreme, there is some kind of releasing that happens, or that should happen, for that connection to be made. But why is that needed again? I think it's probably because, like, if you have too many thoughts, they're too busy or they're too negative, then it's hard to make that connection. Is that right? And what if you just had a busy day and you do have a lot of thoughts? You got stuff to do. What do you do then? Yeah. How do you break away?
See, when you say, what if I have a busy day? I'm remembering one of our spiritual leaders, and she was called Dadi Gulzar. She would always say, she would make it so simple. She would say, do you drink water during the day? She says,
usually,
like she says, do you drink water during the day? Yes. Okay. When you take water, even those few moments, if you're in a good state of mind as you're drinking water, you're just creating some beautiful thoughts as you're doing that. Even that would work.
So what do you recommend people try tonight or tomorrow when they're drinking water? What can they say? Like, what do you say to yourself when you're drinking water?
So it's like, I wouldn't actually want to say what you have to be thinking. You know that. And just even when you're drinking water, just slowing down and just having a peaceful thought for yourself. Or, you're having a tough day with someone, even when you're drinking water, just having those pure thoughts, it's all okay. I'm releasing this, whatever I'm feeling inside. I'm a peaceful soul. Or just giving a good thought that you feel good about, right? This is okay at this moment. I'm releasing this feeling by just connecting to my own self as a peaceful being, as a loving being, as someone who can see the bigger picture, not just this small moment. So it's like a self-talk you're doing for yourself, because self-talk is a very profound thing, not that kind of self-talk, negative, right? But meditation is nothing but it's very simple, right? You're having something you forgot, you're remembering, you're reminding yourself. It's like a gentle self-talk with your mind, and it's a very beautiful process, because the mind keeps running and we complain the mind is running. Actually, we are allowing the mind to run. But if we just make the mind say, hey, mind, that's what the man here who is, you're seeing in this picture here, we call him Brahma Baba. He was the first student of Raja Yoga. And that's the practice he started with, talking to his own mind. It's a gentle, friendship that you're creating with your mind, so that the mind is not all over the place. So during the day, if you take just a few moments, even before you start a meeting at work, it's definitely possible. Definitely. And if I make it a practice, it'll so happen that even before you sit to have a meeting, you're just naturally, your mind is reminding you, hey, slow down, this is the time for you to just very peacefully do this meeting. Every time, actually, in whenever we have meetings or conference calls, we always do that. First, take a moment of silence. First, it's important to start with what's inspiring you, what a positive note, and then go into your meetings and all that. So even on a busy day, I can hold that peace. I can hold that good vibes inside me. So it's like a self-talk with yourself, slowing down. And that self-talk you create for yourself, what makes you feel good at this moment.
That's a whole nother talk on karma, which is action, and silence, the interplay between the two. So maybe next year when I come back, we'll talk more.
Sanjay, don't take such long time.
In the fall.
So it's 8 o'clock. Shall we take just a few moments of meditation, Sanjay? And then you're going to sing a song for us and play your guitar.
I'm going to play a song. I don't know if I have a song to sing.
You're going to play a song for us.
Yes.
So just after like 2-3 minutes of meditation.
Sure.
Eh?
Should I use this mic for the guitar as well? Oh, that one? Okay.
Oh, this is better, Sanjay. Doesn't matter, but the stand. Oh, yeah. Okay. Can put it. Okay, we'll have a few moments just. Allow yourself to slow down. All is well. Just for a few moments, I allow my beautiful mind to settle down. Slow down. And as I do that, my mind is listening to me. My mind is with me. And who is me? I, who is having a conversation with my mind, is I, the soul. Soul. I'm a point of light. A light that is sparkling in the center of the forehead in this body. I'm using this body, I'm driving this body. This is my beautiful container. And I'm a soul. Light. Now I look into myself. Is there anything holding me back? Just let it go. I'm in this beautiful space and I have the power and energy to let go right now. Whatever I'm holding in my heart, in my mind, a feeling of guilt, a feeling of anger, emotion of anger towards someone, or a pattern of blaming someone, or just I'm worried about something, let go. Let go of this cage, open the door. Let go. Be that beautiful one who is free, who can fly beyond all limitations. I can. Because my true intrinsic nature is peace, is love, is truth. And this is what matters. This is what matters. Rest all baggage is unnecessary. Release it. And sometimes just give it to the source. The source is waiting to take all the burden. God, my parent, my parent. And let me make this journey beautiful, beautiful journey of life.
can't give up what I've got. Is it over? Is it over? I had an inspiration to sing a little, which you probably heard.
I wanted to bring the mic close to you, but I didn't want to disturb. But beautiful, Sanjay. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was very nice. You can have, so, yeah.
We might hear.
Huh?
This mic's
I know, we need, we need some
battery
big
is
mics. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming this evening. Of course, your presence makes it beautiful. Otherwise, we'll be talking to empty chairs.
Invite your
Zoom.
friends.